our conveners for the opportunity to be here. Thank Larry Moskowitz for being so visionary to continue to fight to bring South Carolina where it needs to be in the 21st century and beyond, as a place in the world. And of course, thank you all for being so committed and loyal to this journey that we're on to free people from all of these old superstitions, all this stuff that's lurking around among our friends and family who need very much to be members of the Working Family Party. Because you know, in South Carolina, we can do that. We can be members of the Working Family Party, the Democratic Party, United Citizens Party, even the Republican Party, if you want to. Because it is the issue of the day that we are concerned about, which in fact have solutions, as we well know, that transcend some of these superstitions. To include racism, prejudice, that makes us, as a society, miss the point. We miss the target, which is very basic. And I think that all members of the Working Family Party will appreciate this. Where people have good paying jobs, the morale is usually pretty high. They plan for the future. They have family units. They are not concerned as such for this access to health care. Education is something that people think about being available to me because they have the income to take care of the families and provide for the children. And of course they have access to all the modern conveniences of an industrialized society, i.e. a plasma television on the wall. They have some smartphones in the house. And best of all, we can take a 2-week vacation. And that's a good thing. So that's where we are going, I think, the Working Families Party. That's where we want to go. We want all of our children to have access to good education, which does not have to cost more than your property tax for your residence. In fact, my father did educate 7 children, by paying the property tax in the house, and a couple other pieces of property in the land. So we know that that's a possibility. All the superstition and the hating, backbiting, got people thinking that it even makes sense to have a tax credit system. You find the money to pay for it, and the child will go to a private school.
Don't even start me on that. Sorry, that's that right there. That was.
I got him out. I mean, how do you get so far off track?
You elect Republicans, that's how you get off track.
Oh God, I mean, how do you get your mind where someone convinces you that you should stop working on this almost perfect system to work on something that's old and disregarded, classist, elitist, and doesn't even guarantee that your kids will be educated. It's amazing. It's just amazing. So this is really the battle that we are involved in. We've got to sit at this table and we've got to be able to tell people in our communities, hey, you know, you're plagued with superstition, brother. You know, this whole thing about race and color and language and all these prejudices that you have. When you see somebody walk through the door, you don't know anything about them until you sit down and talk with them. Maybe you undertake to solve some problems with them. in fact, and I don't care which side of the line you're on, that's the bottom line. So we have to get beyond that, because we can't solve these problems. We have to solve by diddling around with that kind of stuff. And so, Working Families Party is really so very important, because at the very base, I mean, the Democratic Party, we say we have the Big Tent, and we're trying. But I think the Working Families Party says, people, and that other part of the paradigm where the triangle meets the ground, that is where the richness is, and it percolates to the other side of the triangle. And this is what we're trying to do. And you know what? It's a real challenge, man. It's a real challenge. Yesterday in the Senate, they began to debate the House bill that talks about how you can't tell people about, what you can't tell people about how to be unionized or how to be organized and how you can control that and what you don't have to do, all that kind of foolishness. And again, an attack on labor, an attack on the virtue of wanting to have a job. A decent paying job, a livable wage. Yeah, with benefits. Yeah.
Do all the things Republicans want us to do, take care of ourselves.
Grow some bootstraps. Yeah. So they're still they're still doing that kind of crazy stuff. And recently they were looking so bad, they were tired of looking so bad with all these attacks on the right to vote. They actually pulled down this latest bill, which was to require everybody here to register with the State Election Commission. I know you guys are all up on it, but I'm just putting it in a little bit of a context. They were so embarrassed by that until they actually pulled it down rather than pass it out of the House. And they try to use it now. By the way, they try to use that effort to get some Democrats to make some decisions about some things involving the House, the way it was organized. And so they said, if you help us with this, we'll pull this down. And all the while, Bill Clyburn and some others have been telling, y'all looking stupid. Y'all looking crazy. This thing was actually crazy. Y'all need to pull this down. This isn't going to cause a civil war. Just trying to do this. And so they realized how bad they looked, and they pulled it down. I don't think it would come back in time to make any sense at all. So this is the battle we're fighting. Thank you all for being willing to fight that battle. I am willing to do what I can to help with that. And we have to work very hard now. We've got a couple of young people here. Somehow we're going to start to infect the young people. I don't know how we do it. Somehow we're going to infect the young people to try to pass on the torch that we have so that we know that it's going to continue. That we all are getting up there. And we're going to have to pass this on. I drink as much water as I can. It's going to dry up. And so we need to look at that as an important aspect. How do we engage young people in the conversations and get them? I mean, listen, I am so happy about the Occupy people. I don't know what to do. I thought young people I really thought they were just brain dead one time. So to see the Occupy people come around, I mean, if they want to be brash and they want to be a little cocky, it's all right with me. I want to stand up and start talking because that's where they need to be all the time. I need to be on the porch telling them, hey, look out for this. Look out for that. We need to be carrying the heavyweight none of us as we continue. We need to be able to shed the responsibilities to the more energetic people. So I'm glad to see them doing what they're doing and wanting to step forward and take some responsibility for what happens in the world and to show some social consciousness. I think that's what our kids need to show more of, is a social consciousness. And so, again, some real practical nuts and bolts things, voter registration. You just can't ever stop registering voters. And you always need to register people to vote, and it needs to be a real effort on our parts. And I'm gonna have to shake off the old lethargy, and we got to get back out there and register some people to vote. Because a lot of people out there who have just not really, they've been distracted so much that they really don't get it. We got a lot of distractions, right? Man, and so they've been distracted to the point that it's almost atrophied in some people. That muscle that says, go in there and vote. Be ready. I need to be able to participate. You know, when I get 18, 17, I can register to vote. And it's like that. We need that to be a part of the culture again. And it's because it's getting away from us. And more and more that causes a problem. But I am so happy to know that you all are still in it. And of course, God bless our unions for hanging in there. You know, I mean, you know, we need to get you guys a little more visibility.
Yes, indeed. Let people know about apprenticeship programs and all the good things that the union does.
Yeah, the apprenticeship that would save the taxpayers tons of money, but nobody wants to pay attention to us.
Yeah. Because you know what?
Oh, I know why.
Yeah, the superstition. You know, union people come up from up north, and all they want to do is take your money.
Who comes from up north?
Yeah, I'm telling you. You know what I mean?
That's what they say.
That's what they say. And they don't know about all them good old boys who worked in the unions, man, them boys with IBW and telephone, and they're like, what those guys? Come out to the job.
I said, you see union members every day.
Everywhere. That's right.
Like them.
You know?
They go to school, they go to church.
Who's the shade, right? Jewish New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got the police you when you go to Calhoun County, right? You got the police you. And so we got to break down, that's another wall, that kind of stuff. And so we need to do this because, again, the value of labor and what it means to share the blessings of production and manufacturing, that's what the unions have done for us. It's helped us to see people have a real vibrant middle class, and the 2 cars in the driveway, air conditioning on, and houses being built, and people buying carpet and all that good stuff. And again, too, I mean, the idea of having good old, well-made American products. It's something that we deserve.
And everybody does better when everybody does better.
That's right.
Just on one of the points, thank you, Seth.